you dove into the running back class yet for the draft?
You talking about them being booed at the combine? Like what part of
No,
the?
no, no. Just like, did
You
you
mean
watch
class or clash? You said clash.
class? Yeah,
No, I
class.
haven't. I haven't looked at the combine. I heard the running backs were showing off with the wide receivers as well. Though, that guys like running crazy 40 times. That was all over the weekend though, including my guy Peyton Wilson. Man, everybody was running crazy numbers this week. Yeah, I told you
Bro,
I was in Colombia, so I went to Colombia and then I went to Cali. So I've been moving around the world lately.
bro. I think a great addition to this team would be if the Cowboys drafted Audric Estime, running
Hmm.
back from Notre Dame.
Hmm.
I just like his style, man. Like, when I mean big, he's not like tall. He's like 5'9", 5'10", but he's compact as hell,
Yeah,
hard to bring down, physical as shit, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
Frank
what.
Gore type of back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's not
Hmm.
like he's not the type of guy that's going to break one really often, but at the same time, just a consistent 3-4 yard type of guy, and he's going to wear down a defense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, a lot of what we were missing with Ezekiel Elliott this year, I think
Right.
that he'd be able to replace that. And I
Right.
don't know, man. I really like drafting from Notre Dame just
Hmm.
because, you know, it's a school that coaches their kids really well, high
Hmm.
character guys.
Yeah.
Um, some of my favorite players in the league right now are from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So it's a school that I like to draft from.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I also agree that having a battering ram style is more suited for not only this team, but when you look at Schottenheimer and Scolari, their history in Seattle, they just shoot running backs out like bullets. You know what I mean? They like a bunch of tough one cut guys, and they just run them at the line. That's it. We had that in Rico, I think, and I think we were kind of trying to get something going with TP, but TP's not that same style guy. He's a guy. It's funny that he didn't look quite like himself, and you got to ask: was it the injury, or was it the new scheme? And is this scheme just not suited for a back like you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to ask both. But I think that when you looked at Rico's tape and when you looked at sort of the eye test when he got on the screen, it was like when he ran the ball, it's like we were attacking the defense. When TP ran the ball, it was more so looking for crevices, but it wasn't an attack. He kind of got it together in Carolina, but and then from there he was better, but it still wasn't a punishing style. And I think that's what we need. And if we do that by committee, I'm fine with that. But if we find that guy that's from that like you said, Ezekiel Elliott, Eddie George type of ilk where he wants the ball and he has an accumulative effect on the defense, I'm happy with that too.
Yeah, because Blake Corum is a name that's going around, but
I
my
like
problem,
Blake. I like
yeah,
Blake.
I like him as well. But the thing is, he's got a lot of carries on his body from
Right.
Michigan,
Right.
and yeah, I don't want to draft any more Michigan players. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I want to look at Estime's carries. So over the course of his career, he had 210 carries this past season,
Mhm.
156 last year, and then
Mhm.
7 the year before that. So
Mhm.
for
Fresh.
yeah, fresh coming into the league. So like when it comes to the draft, one thing that I like about this running back class a lot
Mhm.
is that, you know, there's not really a bell cow type of back to where it's like, all right, we're going to give this guy the ball 25, 30 times type of
Right.
character, but there's not many of them in the NFL really anymore.
Not
Um,
really.
there's not like a standout, definitive, clear cut number one running back, top or, mid to late first round type of guy. But there's a lot of really good complementary backs in this
Mhm.
draft. And depending on where the Cowboys go, because I actually do think they're going to sign a running back in free agency.
Mhm.
And what is the style of running back that you're going to get? Are you going to bring back TP? Like me personally, if it's for the right price, I'm not opposed to it.
Mm.
Um, but they just have to have a plan, right? Like, all right, we re-signed TP. Now our plan going into the draft is we want to get a running back that complements him. Um, and I think that there's a few guys that can do that. Two guys in particular, one talked about with Estime, and two, I know I showed you the tape where he fumbled like twice in the
Oh
game.
man, as soon as you show me this guy, I think he fumbled every snap that I watched. I said, you picked the wrong game, bro. That
And
was crazy.
hey,
Uh,
look,
that was crazy. And then the fact
the
that it was
guy said it.
random. Yeah.
The guy said it. Braylon Allen from Wisconsin. So one of
Yeah.
those two guys, I think, um, would complement TP, and then I think there's two other guys that if we were to add, let's just say hypothetically,
Right.
a running back like Derrick Henry type. Um, there's there's backs in this draft that complement him as well, right? Like Bucky Irving
Yeah.
from Oregon,
Yeah.
bro. Bucky Irving, I think he's like you draft him, you get like early Tony Pollard type stuff
Right.
from him, man.
True, and that's why when you say let's bring a Tony Pollard back, when you have speed out there at running back, guys that can change the tone of a game, I think you try that because I was waiting for Tony to show me some sort of spark from the years prior, and I didn't see it not in one game. I don't think he became a different style back suddenly last year, and I think it took him a while to get in shape, but I don't want to wait another year to see if that was a fluke or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I'm not one of those people who say don't bring him back at all, but again, it becomes a log jam situation like the devil you know versus the one you don't. And I know what Tony's going to give us. He had that 62-yard play that was really a fluky play in the Rams game, but that's it. He didn't have a lot of big playability,
No.
and he's not a bell cow or a short yardage guy. We remember that from the Miami game where he decides, "Hey, I'm gonna pull a Zeke and I'm gonna run right at you, and not make it with inches." You know what I mean? So we saw what happened right after that with Hunter. So looking at Tony Pollard, I've seen enough. I'm ready for another running back. And the reason I say that is because when you have a guy that's not the guy here, that running back room instantly gets competitive. And all those guys are just trying to do their best when they get their snaps, like Rico was. I want a bunch of guys with the heart of a Rico, with different styles and different capabilities playing. And I think by committee you get that because you'll probably get more carries to Hunter. You'll get him more involved in the offense. You have Rico, and then whoever you draft, you do it that way. I'm not really for the big name back or in Henry right now because I don't look at Henry as a guy that's like, to me, the back that we need. I think even when you draft or sign Henry, you still have another problem because you're still going to want that big play running back, which he's not. And I don't want a big body, short yardage style bruiser solely. Like what's his name, Shavanov. Forgot his name. The kid from Seattle. They drafted
Um,
last year. What's his name? Chanel.
Zach Charbonnet.
Charbonnet, there you go. Like Charbonnet still has a little burst though, but it's like he's like a Latavius Murray type back. I don't want that type of guy. I want a guy that like can give you a little bit more of a dynamic running style.